Hey, 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 how you doing, Virgos? How you doing? This is Queen Lisa. I'm the host for this channel. Welcome to Printres Water Session Deep. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are looking forward to your week ahead. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and press the notification bell so that you can be updated when I've uploaded new readings to this platform. Also, check the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and any other star signs you have in your birth chart that may resonate with the readings on this channel. Please take what you like and leave the rest. Okay, I'm giving out free private and personal readings for a little while, so catch them while you can. Just want to say thank you to you all who have liked and commented and subscribed to this channel so far. Please continue to do so and press the notification bell. So what's going on with Virgos? Virgos. I'm hearing I love surprises, so I don't know if this is you or someone else that's looking for a surprise from you. We've got Cancer in here. We've got water signs here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've got air sign energy here, but it looks like you could be moving forward, remembering something, or even remembering that you've done something, or even excused yourself from something, possibly even broke up from someone or a situation, a person, a place, or a thing. It does say you warn yourself not to speak, but you wonder if you can complete something on time or look into it, or even blame no one if you didn't complete it. You're working so hard to support yourself, and maybe even completing your task on time will make you feel like you deliberately done something, and cautioned your mind about problematic situations no more. You do know you have wars with your mind. At times people want to see you in a bad way. It says wonderful things can happen when people want to see bad news. It does say bad news because someone here wants to judge you or put you down in your mind about it. It doesn't say anything's going to happen, but bloody hell, would you believe someone is going to look for you and cause you a problem? This is a negative Aries, or even a water sign man, or maybe even an air sign. It does say bloody hell because someone here is looking in and causing harm on your mind and paying attention to people around you, or maybe even cursing you, or certainly sending you back to remember that you needed to see something, warning you that you justified your mind for something you did or didn't do but wanted to know what was going to happen. Now you know it's not going to be you, but probably the person wants to see regrets, and mainly regrets, and doesn't know how to stop looking for regrets. Mindfully speaking, they don't know who to see the regrets with, but they want to see regrets. Oh dear. It does say blaming someone is not going to be good, but someone here realizes a parent could be involved, or a bloody good person that does good card readings, or maybe even someone else that doesn't know how to speak but looks in at tarot readers and doesn't know how to support them with their personal readings. It does say mainly if a man here doesn't stop looking at personal problems of yours, he may continue to look at bad news. He knows he keeps looking and he forces his way into your mind to look, and he may be looking right now. He's always doing this, but he knows that suddenly it's going to stop in November or maybe October. It does say bad news for whoever wants to speak about me. I will cause them harm. He does realize he reads personal readings for people, but he doesn't do probably a very good reason why. He says he does not want everyone to know he does this, so he may not want everyone to know he does this. Now this sounds very specific, okay, and I'm not bashing any readers at all, on this platform, or anywhere, but maybe you may know someone in your personal life that is doing readings or getting readings from someone that is looking in for another person that is looking at harmful situations or negative things for someone else. You see what I'm saying? There could be like someone, what I'm picking up is there's someone spying on readings, okay, to look at negative energy for someone else, okay. And it does say, Virgo, you could be the person that they're looking in for. It does say many times over, if you're wishing for this, it's not going to be warned that you are doing it or taking advantage of it. But it does say a man here doesn't want to speak, but he could be doing it for someone else. So there could be a man doing it for someone else. Like I said, it's coming up in the reading. It does say warning though, don't speak about anything bad. The news is coming out as rubbish, or someone here feels like it's not good enough. It does say someone doesn't like who they're seeing in the read, and they don't want to hear that bad news is coming, but they do war with it and say they try not to see it, but they do know that they come out with things just to play a mindset of their own, or even pay their bills. It says someone here uses scrutiny to attack another person to get money. Ooh, wow. So there could be someone looking in on someone, okay, but this person that this person goes to for readings uses scrutiny to attack the energy, okay, or even just make up things. Let's just call it that. Maybe even make up things so this person can look in and say that there's something to talk about, or even show the person, but uses that person for money, okay. I'm seeing someone here is holding on to their mind about something, or even holding on to a friend or a family member, or even someone that you know. It does say someone that you know is getting readings on you and doesn't know how to stop. She may know how to support herself, but she's a liar, or she's a thief, or she takes advantage of people's kindness and puts it in her mind as weakness. She does not like people, but she loves sex, and she loves burdens and problems and people solving problems of their own, or even looking at them. She's a bloody good person at times, but she's not good at times when she's warring behind your back. Okay, we've got a Gemini here. We've got, I'm also hearing Aries. I'm also hearing there's a spiteful person that knows everything as well. If the person knows, they're not going to speak, but they will tell you what's going on. Or maybe there's someone here that doesn't know what's going on, but they want to know what's going on. Okay. Maybe someone's trying to give you that. It could be me giving you that information through the tarot reading. Okay. Being judged for it. Or it could be an outside source, like someone that you know that's close to you, giving you that information as well, and you may have heard about it. There's also a water sign man here. There's also a very good person coming in to support you and really tells you what's going on and really wants to help you, but doesn't really care for anyone's problematic situations. And they do care that they do give good karma to their mind about personal problems of their own, or even things that they talk to you about, or maybe even solve things with you about. And this is what's being said in the cards or the readings. Okay, so someone could be looking in at, what you talk about, even with your friend, that maybe with this water sign man here. Okay, or what's being said or discussed between you both. All right. It does say some of you are not seeing what's going on, or the truth will prevail. It does say many thanks to you. I know what I am doing. I'm not going to cause you harm, but I know what I'm doing. Speak about it. I want to hear who's coming in to support me with my mind. I want to hear what's going on with you. Okay. So there could be another person if it's not the same person. We've got an Aquarius here, or maybe another air sign, who is genuinely wanting to know what's going on with you, but doesn't ask you and doesn't speak to you, but wants to know who you're dealing with and who's sexing you, who's talking to you, who's playing mind games with you, who is the priest that puts casts and spells on you, who's the person that's doing this. Okay, I feel like this person's bluffing a little bit because they probably know. But it does say they wonder why you needed to hear more about the situation. It does say many times over this person is giving money to someone to pay them for war, and maybe even things of that nature. It does say you could possibly go to church, or maybe even pay a bill at church, either your tithes or even things that you do at church, and it doesn't say it is you that is doing any harm. It does say warning, if someone is telling you that they're getting special treatment from someone behind the scenes and you wouldn't know what it is worrisome. And it does say many times over you've had to convince yourself it's not going to be me that sees the bad news, but I probably understand who it is and why they're warring with voodoo or magic. Okay, so this this other person that's possibly paying a priest privately, or maybe the person just calls themselves a priest if they're not a real priest, or maybe there could be someone that does other things outside of their priest duties that relate to other spiritual stuff like voodoo and magic. Okay. It does say someone here doesn't want to cry or even sound like they're doing anything bad, so they wouldn't say it's that, but they do know they speak about this to them themselves, and do know they don't know what's going on too, but they really do, and they want to know if you would stop speaking about it, because they cry and they realize they've told themselves off too many times for doing this. They don't like knowing that they've done that to you. They really did something that you knew about, and it says you don't know everything, but you do know someone has been causing you harm or putting spells on you, and you realize that you don't want to get involved, but you know who's doing it and why they're doing it and how they're doing it and where they got their voodoo from, or even why they cast spells and how they click with many members of their family, their tribe, or even their circle. Their dark nights of the soul will say who they are or even talk about who they are. They don't know who you are, but they will know who you are if they keep communicating with their minds. And it does say some of you are dealing with this and some of you are not. So don't worry if you are blamed. It is not you that is going to be blamed forever. It says it's kind of calming down. Things are calming down behind the scenes. People are not paying attention too much to you, but warning, you do know that you caused harm or put something in someone's mind to see, that you showed them that you do know what's going on or how it's happening, and you wonder why it's not going to continue. It doesn't need to. It's blame energy. Okay, maybe they don't like being blamed, Virgo, because maybe you solved the problem. You saw who the problem was, or saw what the problem was, or you showed someone, look, I know what you're doing. You know, you could have called them out. Maybe you showed them in some other way, maybe through their work, whatever it is that they do, and they've seen that you know certain things. Okay. It does say many thanks to you. You're not going to get problems with your mind about any notice for cause for concern. Eviction notice is there for someone, though, if they don't continue to pay up, or maybe even make my mind up that I want to know I'm getting more than I deserve. Who told me to steal from you, take from you, and take revenge? Now I realize I am not the one to get involved with your problems. You really thought you was going to play me. I thought you was going to pay more, and I realize you're not paying nothing now. Why do I take advantage of you so much? You are negative. I realize I should never have stole from you, and now I've taken all your money, and I don't want to take it, but I realize I'm taking every last drop. So if you don't want to know that you're paying up, you can pay up, but I want to know you're speaking about it. And when I hear that you're speaking about it, I'm going to continue to push my mind back in myself and make myself worried, because I should never steal from this woman, and she does know I could steal from her any moment and take advantage of her life, even her family or anyone around her. I would never do that, but I certainly wouldn't want to please my mind and help her with her home and her lifestyle. She's negative, and I realize I'm roaring my mind right now, supporting mental health, giving her gentle mental health, allowing her to see I'm not going to be her lover, her friend, anything. I hate her. Ooh. So we've got someone here. I don't know if this is someone from a housing. Okay, some of you guys that may be renting from maybe like a housing association, or maybe a council. Maybe it could be someone's landlord, or someone's what do they call them again? I forgot, housing officer, maybe this could even be someone that lives with you, or someone that knows you, or someone that you pay attention to paying your bills with. It does say many times over, if they steal from you, they're going to take it back in their mind to put it back, and they realize they have to put it back by June. It does say by June, because no one is seeing why you stopped paying so much money. It does say you may have paid more than you realize, and you do know that you've been doing this, but you war with yourself, or you see yourself, or you understand something's going on, but you laugh and make fun of them. They feel like you're making fun of them because you want to see what's going on with them. Ideally, you may not be doing this, or you could be just walking away from the problems in your mind about people, and you may not want to overspend or even overtake advantage of what you have. You may see that you don't need to speak about paying more, or even saying that you're going to give more. You just realize that. Or you could be under the weather. And it does say many times over, if he feels like he's got to scrutinize, attack, or maybe even play mind games to play you, because he wants to know that you're putting more down in his mind about his bank, and he realizes he can't play mind games like that. He's got to take you back in your mind about gentle mental self or even problems with his own mind because he's causing a concern with duties of the law, and maybe even dragging you into a court building if he feels like he's not getting enough. He realized he can't do this because he's been laughing at you all this time. Only when you had problems he wanted to laugh. Now he is using your time and your expenses to pay off his bills, and he can't afford to pay off more than he wanted to. So he's using your mind right now to say, I've got more than I need, and I'm taking you back in your mind to say, I'm judging you. I'm judging you because why would I take your mind and your money and play with you? You've really shown me you could have more than enough to support your mind, and I probably shouldn't have played around with your mind and your money, but I'm going to play around with it some more until I feel like it. I'm not going to see you, so I'm not going to share who I am. I'm going to show you that I'm not playing with it, and I'm putting it back this Monday. So someone's going to put your money back this Monday. Maybe you've been paying more on your bills or your rent in some way, but this person's been taking liberties with your money behind the scenes, okay? Because maybe you've been wanting to pay your rent in advance for something here, or put down an advance for something, okay? Take it as it resonates, because it could be just like a down payment, or maybe you've been paying off on something but paying more than you usually have, and someone's been taking advantage of your money. Maybe they're not even doing what it is that you really want them to do in other ways that, you know, cause for them to make sure that they take care of certain things for you. But it does say this person's been manipulating you, mind reading you, playing mind games with you, and pretending they're your friend, or pretending they are a housing officer or a frenemy, or even a family member, or even a friend that would support you. It does say sometimes this person may not speak, but they are finally giving up, and they want to fight you, and they keep fighting themselves to fight you, as you do not speak to them, you do not warn them, and you do not ignore them, but you do not time the situation to talk to them. You realize you're not in any war with anyone, and you laugh at them, or maybe they feel like you laugh at them, but you're warning yourself you don't want to speak. You have other duties to communicate about, or things that you are doing, and don't have time for their nonsense. Their negative vibes are off-putting, and you realize you don't want nothing to do with their sense of smartness or brilliance in their mind at the way they see things. They do not owe you anything in your mind, is what they would say. They probably want to steal from you, take from you, or play a game. And it does say if you play with them, you will see why. You do have every word of advice to give yourself, and you notice things and you see things. So you're not going to warn yourself that you haven't overpaid or seen into the problem. You just have to laugh at them and make fun of them. They know why they're laughing at themselves. They're not laughing at you, but they warn themselves not to speak. She's coming in to laugh at me any day now. I feel it. Okay, so this person's scared and panicking, and I don't even see you doing anything. I mean, you could be, you know, going to them to talk to them about certain things, but I don't see you doing anything. And it does say this person is nervous as hell because they don't know if you're going to pay attention to your mind about bills or things that you are doing. You are just warring with yourself, or you notice things. And it does say many times over, if they don't document your information properly, or maybe even put down that they've stolen from you and then time how they could put it back, they will keep teething from you and saying that they need to see who needs more time and money to support them in their mind. They realize that you didn't need to pay so much, but you did. And you did put down enough to support yourself for at least 2 more years, maybe more than that. And it does say you have not seen who you are. You're going to be completely mental in 1 week or 2 if you don't put down some more. I want to know she's mine. I have time to see that she's mine. She's going to take me back in my mind to see she is mine. She wars with me though, and I'm going to play her. And I want her to see I have no way to pay my bills. I want to pay my bills, and I want to see if she's going to play me and pay me more money. There could be other people involved. There's some spiritual feelings here held back, people in their minds, or even judgment on who needs to take advantage of this payment, or maybe even place it on hold, or even tell her that it is safely put in a deposit for her to communicate about in the later on years or months. It does say she wonders where it is going or how the money is doing. She does not know how to speak about it, but she's going to war with you if you don't communicate this. It does say they gather around and speak about who they're taking advantage of or stealing from, or how they're communicating their bad moods. They will not speak, but they are laughing at many people who do this, or even people that don't do it. And at times they are laughing at anyone that comes to them for words of advice or help or support, or maybe even paying off something, or maybe even bringing in a problem to their attention. To those that need support, they may not give it, and those that need special support, they may give it. At times they do not want to help people that are in a standard way of being versus those that are in a detrimental way of being. Ideally, if you are not good in your mind, or mental health is there, or you physically have gathered your mind to say you cannot physically take on a job, a duty, or even solve a problem, you may get laughed at. But those that are getting good karma are the ones that are getting good karma. Ideally, people in the workplace are getting good karma, or those that have a disability may be getting more good luck than you are. Oh, wow. Okay. I suppose that's how they operate. They only give good news to those that, may have a disability, but everyone else, they're laughing at them, not taking care of things properly for anyone. Okay. And only those that work in the workplace are getting good news, apparently, with your money as well. Look at that. It does say sometimes they believe they shouldn't speak, but they will take advantage until they can't do it anymore and start studying why they need to document who's who and what's what and speak about it, or even karmically give you a call or talk to you about how you pay your bills. Word of advice: if she speaks to you, she's going to ring you and say, why are you paying more than usual? Is it that we need to stop this, or maybe even tell you off? It does say we need to stop it so that we can stop her making more foolishness in our minds. At times it's not foolish if she's going to pay up the money in advance. You do know you could speak to someone and maybe even tell them not to send the money in. It does say if you do know she's going to call, why are you playing mind games? It does say she's going to panic and you're going to panic. Maybe we should stop playing this mind game and tell her it is supported in a deposit fund so she can see that the money is there. It does say when they do call you, they will speak to you about deposit funds and how much you have accumulated, so it is there. It does say many times over you will see that you had blessings, and no wonder you had blessings. You didn't want to hear from anyone studying you or making fun of you. You want to see that you've got blessings in your mind, and we support that. We just don't know how to stop being mad. At times we are mad for the things that you have said or the things that you've done, and many times over we have supported being mad at you first. I understand you don't want to hear that you fell short or maybe even solved your own problems, but bloody hell, would you stop giving me too much time and money, or maybe even supporting me in my mind to say I am blaming you again? I want to know I'm blaming you, but the problem is that we are hurting our own family. This crisis is here. We are bloody hurting ourselves doing this. I see that because we are harming the community and the trust that we have in our own community, the building structure and the firm. And many times over, if we are communicating that we are done for or doomed. We have seen this, but we don't treat anyone good. And that is a warning to us to stop being mad at these individuals. So they are trying to solve their problems in their mind by seeing who they really are. They know that they haven't done wrong to the people that they serve or are supposed to help or support in regards to the duties that they have to do so. And they are realizing that they may need to be more communicative on the things that they haven't been communicating, like where your money is and how it is doing, or is it in a deposit fund, or whether or not they should speak to you about, not overpaying or possibly supporting, just paying, on time. Or, maybe they want to put it in a deposit fund, but it does say they are communicating these things and seeing all the dirt that they've been doing behind the scenes and looking at themselves and scrutinizing themselves too. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. It does say witness protection is something that I want to see. If you are in a bad way, I'd rather see that. I just don't know why we're doing this though, if we're hurting our own selves. Exactly. They know that they're hurting their own selves by doing things to harm you. If they're trying to harm you through their service and their company, they're harming themselves. Obviously, it makes them look bad. Obviously, it backfires on them. Obviously, whatever it is that they have set out to plan for and do good, you know, for in their company, or to, you know, their goal sets and, you know, their objectives and everything else that they're trying to do and solve to make sure their company is doing well, their firm is doing well. It's going to backfire on them if they keep treating you all negatively, okay? And I'm hearing something about neighborly love. So let's see what else is going on. It says they don't know how to dig a hole or well or even a problem for you. It is deed that I do not want to speak about it. We have not helped you. We don't want to look at that though. And it does say they don't even want to help you. They don't want to look at that, but they war with themselves for the 4-year karma they have with you. If it doesn't succeed, that you put more time and effort into your mind. You will not give yourself time alone in your mind to think about bad news. It does say you don't want to see yourself in a bad way, but warning, if it does say that you have problems with a person that lives with you or around you, or maybe even a neighbor, they've got issues and they wanted to see bad news with you and the person. It does say, warning, if you ever knew what was happening with me, you wouldn't even give a shit. It does say many times over, you've seen yourself like this, like you understand they don't even care about you and what you're going through with people around you that they have supported you to be around. And maybe even see that they have problems with them too. It doesn't say they don't have problems with them, but they laugh at them and they laugh at you, but they help them more only because they have disabilities or problematic situations that are necessary for them to get involved with. Ideally, if the law was to catch them, then they would be in a bad way. And that's the only reason why they help them. They don't help anyone other than that. And they realize they have bad news, very bad news. Scrutiny is attached to you and them through the law and the customs and the duty to arrest someone in the company. It does say many times over, if the man here doesn't speak about what he's doing to you all and why he's doing that to you all, he's going to be accompanied by the customs and looked into by cause for concern. It does say someone here deals with the law and sees him as a negative mind and really looks at why he's not due to be customed in his mind about problems he's not looked into, and that's the problem. They don't look at him and they don't want to. They don't look at him and they don't want to. He does realize he doesn't have anyone scrutinizing him, and he may not want to know this. He is not going to realize this, but he does know people don't need to speak about why he is scrutinized or not. No one needs to know. It does say he looks into laws and he can please his mind, telling himself he can tell his mind off when he wants to, or tailor the law or even the information to suit his mind. He will not get good karma from his mental health, and he struggles to believe that he's got blame on his mind. He realizes he's so laid back and suddenly he doesn't even care what's going on with the company, the firm, or even dealings with the law, that he is causing concern for everyone there in the company, the law, and the crowd of people that have joined forces to partner up as customers, or maybe even clients, or even people that they work with. It does say bad news for him though, because he's got warning signs all over him to say he's done something or didn't do something, and it doesn't say why. It just says many times over he feels like negative energies are ready to attack and he doesn't know who to trust. He may be seeing himself in a bad way in 2 years or less, but he is going to see himself very much in court in the next week or two if he doesn't pay up to you. He does owe you some money, or maybe feels like he needs to put it in a bag, or maybe even put it somewhere so that it is safe. It does say many times over he needs to put your money in a safe, or maybe even deposit the money in a well-rounded room, or maybe even somewhere where he can see that it is not going to be you that is cautioned. But mindfully speaking, depositing this is not easy. He says he stole from you, taken from you, and he doesn't know where to put the funds now. Even when he's calculated it, it's not adding up to what you've given. And it's bad news for you if you don't know how much you've paid. You will realize that you do know how much you've paid, and you'll sort it out mentally when the time comes. But he warns himself not to stress. He could struggle to pay his rent now that you have stopped paying. And it does say you have stopped paying us. Why are you doing that? He's not supporting his mind to help you, and he realizes you're not speaking about the money that you're getting or even giving him on time. You're speaking about the one that he has taken liberties on, the overpayments. Wow. So he's been taking liberties with the overpayments and thinking, oh yeah, there's some extra money coming in. I could use that, and not documenting things properly, or, not supporting you properly with how, you know, your money is safe and sound, or okay. Anything else for Virgos, please? It does say laugh, because no one says that he's not going to put it back, but he will. And he does know he is due to communicate why he is not tidying up his mind now, but he's warning himself. You could call any time to wonder what's going on with your money, or even find out if you are overpaying yourself, or maybe even see if you are. You just don't know what's going on, do you? You just don't know. And I laugh because I feel like you don't know. And I realize you do know, but you're quiet. What's going on with you? Why are you so quiet? Is it that I'm taking advantage and you realize that? Who's coming to get me now? Where am I going with this? Because I laugh. I made fun of many of you. And I realize you're all going to be under attack soon when I take advantage some more. Laugh, because I may not want to laugh. And I'm talking about this. When June comes around, it doesn't seem bad. I know that it is, though, because I need to speak about why I am not taking advantage of no more. I've looked at why I've been liberty taking on all of you, and I'm not going to trust my mind to say I am putting it back. But I have to, and I realize I'm going to start looking into problems and solving them, and see that I am not under the bad mood swings that I feel is coming. I know this because I feel it and I hate it. Also, this person feels like they hate it and they're under bad mood swings, and they feel like more is coming, but they're still very much crafty. So let's see what's going on with work for Virgos, please. Work for Virgos. Okay. Work is going to be very good for you. Your mind is going to tell you off, or maybe it's not. It's very mindful and it speaks less about you. At times it's not very good. It's stagnant. And it does say work is stagnant right now, or quiet. People don't come in much, or don't see you as much, or don't hear from you as much, or you are busy doing work, but it doesn't seem like it's pleasing you. At times you feel like you're under the moon energy, or mad at something, or maybe even feeling like you're dumping something or leaving it behind. You want to dress up. You may want to go out. You may want to have fun. You may even want to see friends. You may even want to just see that problems are not yours. At times, you just want to feel better in your mind about your mood and your work. Okay, so some of you guys are not feeling that great right now, or maybe feeling there's a lack somewhere in your work, okay, or stagnancy, or it's just boring, or whatever it is, okay. So let's see what's going on with business. Okay, business is practically healthier than normal. If you are working for yourself, you're doing great things, and you are trying to warn yourself that rewards are on its way. Dealing with people are not easy, though. Trying to take back what you need or what you want is not easy. At times you feel like loans have been given out, and you're trying to subject yourself to better news coming in with your work. Laugh, because you're taking the time to see if your loans are being paid off, and you're making sure more money is coming in to finance you, or even feeling like people will take advantage. At times you don't want to know people are at risk of making you feel like you're at risk, so you don't want to be at risk, but you will see that blessings are coming in, and you will support yourself, blaming no one, and tidying up your mind, supporting yourself and giving yourself great news, looking forward to better news, and certainly wanting to know it is coming. Taking that risk and seeing that it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. You don't know when, but it's just going to happen. Okay, and I'm hearing for some of you maybe legal matters could be pending as well. All right, so let's see what's going on. And it does say nothing's set in stone, but people won't joke about with you. You will see that this year it's not easy, but mind you, it's going to be better for you next year, though, because it doesn't say bad news is there, and you hover over your mind to make sure that things don't look good in their minds, or maybe even in the mind about you and how you looked in the past. You realize you don't have problems, and you don't want to put yourself there. You will see blame is not yours, and you will see great news come into your work and your environment and people, and blame is never going to be the answer. So look smart and dress up and go out and have fun and love yourself. I do believe you will have blame in your mind someday, but not always, and I don't want to know you have blame. So please leave me alone. Caution yourself, as duties are there to support everyone. Okay. And that's Taurus energy there. Okay, it could be in regards to your legalities that you deal with. Okay, let's see what's going on with love life. What's going on with your love life, Virgos? Love life is certainly not going to be so bad, and broodiness is there for someone that wants a child, or wants support with their baby, or wants support with their lover, or wants support with a friend, maybe even two friends, or maybe even certainly wants one friend, and doesn't know how to support everyone, but does know that support is there now, and love is there, and sex, and very good sex at that. And certainly wanting to know that you make love often. You do know that family know who you are, and they love you so much, and they make sure that they love you too. You surprise yourself with good deeds and make sure that your hair and your dresses and your outfits look nice. It does say many times over, your family are looking very proud of who you are and who you're becoming. You're very nice to people, and you're very certain that it's going to work out in your favor. Trying to warn you that you don't have to stress, but you're doing good. Blessings are on its way to you. Very good news. Capricorn energy is there to start a new beginning in love, or maybe something will murmur in your mind about bonding the future with your family, or maybe even seeing that your family connects in better ways. It does say you will see that your family connects in better ways, and certainly you're going to see that blessings are on its way to you, and very good news is coming into you to love you, support you, and put you back in your mind about certainly making sure more is great on the mind of yours, and things that you want to do is taken care of in the same way. Wow, that sounds nice, Virgos. Okay, it does say furthermore, you don't have to speak, but blaming no one is going to be the answer, and you certainly won't want to blame anyone this year. Mostly wouldn't want to blame a friend, a family member, a person, a pastor, a priest, or even a venomous snake, or maybe even a negative person. It says many times over, if you keep blaming people, they're going to blame you, but you have to warn yourself, stop blaming people. And it does say blame has problems. Problems is there with blame, but you knew that already. And it does say some of you didn't know that. And at times you don't know who you're dealing with, but sometimes you wonder what's going on. And hell no, it is not going to be the problem of anyone else's. It does say sometimes you need to stop speaking about it. Stop talking about things that you don't know. Let me decide what is going on for me. It does say you warn someone not to speak, or letting them warn you not to speak about things that they've been through. You have tried to warn yourself not to speak about them, but they keep coming up in your mind. At times you don't want to hear it. At times they don't want to hear it. But maybe both of you need to solve your problems or sort out the attacks. Mindfully speaking, because who knows why you keep warning yourself that your child is under attack. It does say it is not me that warns myself that my child is under attack. If you keep talking about it, you're going to wonder why you keep doing it. Let yourself be known why you keep talking about it. Letters sent out to arrest someone is not going to be easy. It does say if you keep blaming someone, you're going to blame yourself. Try to warn yourself that you are attacking yourself for whatever it is that you keep telling me is going to happen, and it's not. Look for that and stop timing the situation for someone to be hurt. Are you there? Are you understanding who you are? What is going on with your mind? Why do you keep attacking someone's spirit and allowing them to feel like they've got bad news? When will it faint in your mind that you shouldn't speak like that? Why are you going on like as if you need to time a situation for bad news to happen, and make sure you see blame is there? It does say bad news for whoever keeps pushing blame in your mind and making you feel like bad news is coming to you and your family, maybe even a child. It does say someone here keeps detailing who they are and why they're going to cause harm for them. It does say many times over, if you can't see what's going on with you and your family, people around you, your even your school systems, or maybe your justice systems, or maybe even the words that come out of your mouth, or maybe even the individuals that harm anyone. It says bad luck for whoever keeps pushing harm to a negative member of the family or people in the community that are harming themselves, or even harming their families, or even harming their father figures, their mother figures, their friends, whoever. It says someone here is joining a rank and knows who they are a part of. Maybe even a luminous crowd, or maybe even a minor that is coming into play. It does say bad news for whoever keeps speaking about this occult system. And it does say occult systems keep tormenting people outside of the universal structure, and maybe even looking for bad news to push on someone. It says, do you know what's going on behind you? Did you realize that we were always going to attack? It does say someone here stops doing this after 10 years or a month. It does say a month because someone's saying that they need to speak about why it's not good to show who they are. but they also know they feel like bad news is coming. It does say wonderful things can happen when you feel that way. God's wrath is there because God doesn't know how to support everything that you're doing. It doesn't say that you mean well by speaking about my family. Don't cause them harm. Don't talk about how they're going to end up dead or maybe even mishapped. It doesn't say good news is coming for either one of you to speak like this, but laugh because I never wanted to talk that way. I heard that members of the police or even the class or maybe even someone that joins many times over, very bad news about Masonism, Freemasonism, or maybe a cult is very bad for someone, and we'll see that death threats is not the answer. Bad news is coming for someone. And it does say warning, if a person didn't want this person, maybe we'll use it. And it does say don't use anything that was used on a person that you don't even know or understand. It says don't look into people's private lives and don't answer anyone's private messages or mindsets. If you look into that and they look into yours, it is not allowed, but you want to look into theirs though. And it does say warning, stop speaking about me. I don't want to hear that you're always under attack or maybe even attacking me. Stop bothering us and stop bothering each other is what she would say. That's who's sticking up for you. Someone is sticking up for you and they said that they've seen who's doing this, but they don't want to target you in your mind to tell you because they don't want to be heard or seen, but they realize someone is sticking up for this person because they don't want to be targeted with negative vibes. This person feels their vibe and it is beautiful, very loving, and it is not giving up to give any bad news to anyone. It doesn't want negative karma. Move on with your drugs, your negative mindsets, or people that you want to penalize to put people down to cause them harm. Tell yourselves off and look for that. Stop breaking up in your mind about things. I've told you, you will get done for. It says this person and this other person is warring in their occult rituals and even scenes in each other's minds when they have to see each other when they go to class or maybe even go to court or maybe when they go to situations that join them to come together for communion or even talk about targeted situations with their families. It does say many times over people talk and they do not know who to trust, but they're warning each other not to speak, but they are fighting and looking at each other today that they have cursed or cast spells on people and laugh at each other and make fun of each other and warning. It doesn't say it's bad news to speak about it directly in your mind, but at times they do look at who's looking at who and why. And it does say bad news because they keep looking and targeting people and they keep hurting them. It does say stop targeting me. You do know I'm not the one to play with. It does say when you realize that it's not going to be easy, but it does say God's wrath is there for anyone who believes. And who believes in God's wrath is more powerful than anyone. So stop speaking about it. It does say I can speak about it if I want to. And it does say many of you are speaking about it or someone here is speaking about it who has your mind set on theirs or maybe has your back. No one knows why this person keeps picking on you and targeting you and harming you, but this person may not have good karma and they laugh and they make fun of themselves and they look forward to blaming no one in the next 2 weeks to a month or a year. It does say many times over someone has addressed the situation many times behind you and looked into why they picked on you so badly. It does say mental health issues is what we look for. We want to know she's got bad news. We've got to see that because why do we need to see it? We are targeting someone to harm themselves so we can karmically feed and get paid. It does say spiritual rituals is there to cast someone down and make sure they look good in their minds about how they use the ritual to use it for their family and maybe even pay themselves through God's blessings. It does say the blood of Jesus is not enough for them. And it does say warning, if they sacrifice a human being in real time, they're going to use this to pay attention to who they can collect in the next 2 weeks to a month or a year to get back at a person. Bad news for whoever uses bad luck or bad moods to perpetrate on the mindsets of others and use them for custody battles and maybe even lawfully wedded wives or maybe even problematic situations. Whoever is targeting someone to use them for a negative vibe behind the scenes for many times over a federal conviction or probably even using them in the scenes of a cult, it does say bad news for whoever keeps looking in, but it doesn't say bad news because warning, if these people don't want to feel addressed in their mind for a reason of attack, they will look in and find out why they are being attacked. It does say they can do this and they're allowed to do this and they are allowed to see why they should not feel that way. It does say warning. It doesn't say warning. And someone here is very much so adamant that they can't believe everything that the duties of the law, of the eyes of the law, or maybe beyond it in the cults are saying to stop attacking human nature. Wow, this is very deep. Very, very deep. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Okay, very, very deep reading. Okay. So let's see what's going on with love life further. Anything else with love life? Says love life is going to be very much so mindful, but people need to talk, and it does say many times over, if people talk or the spirit hears them, it's going to come out. It does say drugs is not something that we wanted to give, but we could give drugs to people to make them feel like they're talking rubbish. It does say drugs is not always going to be the answer though. Mentally stressed out people is not always the answer. Killing people is not always the answer. Spirit, I know, it says, I know, because I'm ready to attack for those that can't speak for themselves. Wow, spirit is coming into this. Some of you guys might want to check out Taurus's reading, by the way. Okay, it does say some of you guys are dealing with drug-related issues because people now want to speak, but it does say some of them are not speaking, but it does say warning, spirit is ready to conquer whoever can't speak because they are tied into a ritual or a mad thug institution, cult or problematic situation that doesn't allow them to talk and may let them bring up bad news in their mind to harm themselves, cure themselves, or hurt whoever. You do know you can't bring up negative values on people and feel like it's going to work. Heaven and earth will rain down on all. It does say we are looking into this because now we realize that the universe is under attack. Many times over, we have heard of the end times. The days are ending. Why do we know this? Because the drug users that you want to say are now on drugs are going to be put on drugs to die. Do you realize that the universe will tarnish itself? It will dry out. It will die out. We will all turn on each other. No cults will be there. People will now see that their cults are now turning on other cults, and other cults will be turning on other cults, and cults that were cults will be dying out because we will attack each other in our own backyard, in our own cult. It does say we are dying out. Think about that before you speak about drugs. The next time you want to put drugs on the universe, look into this. It does say blaming someone is going to happen in the next 2 weeks, but why do you want to see drugs is coming into the universe? Woo. Very deep reading. Okay, spirit is coming in. It's almost like Jesus is coming back, honey. All right, and it does say victory is there. Wonderful things is happening because things are turning around, and it does say love and light is there for people, and it does say warning, if you are dealing with politics or political things, advice could come to you or even attack you. It does say some of you are dealing with this, but it does say warning, things will change or even turn around. Love and light is there. Things will come to you, and love and light will support you. Federal convictions can harm someone if it doesn't stop that they speak, but it does say speaking about it is not easy. It does say negative vibes is coming in, and people are looking in at people right now, scrutinizing them or looking at their platforms or even channels or maybe even things that they are talking about. It does say many times over people are under attack, but warning signs are there to probably harm someone, and it doesn't say it's good, and it doesn't say it's bad either, because someone here is fighting someone to stop paying attention to bad news or maybe even looking at why they are doing stuff to the universe. Someone here is really harming someone and doesn't know how to stop. They keep harming families. Families keep getting harmed, and people are getting harmed all over the universe because of bad news. Anytime it comes in to attack you, you'll realize that it's not going to be good for you to understand what's going on. But if you feel the bad vibe, you'll know it is bad news. The universe is under attack by people that are doing casts, spells, rituals, and occultism. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on with, I'm hearing enemies. Oh, enemy energy. Right, let's see what's going on with venom and snakes. And, the next year is the year of the snake in Chinese zodiac. Okay, let's look into singles. What's going on for the single Virgos? Singles are not going to speak about anything. Good luck is coming in. And it does say blessings is coming in too. You are laughing because your work is doing great. Warring with us is not going to be easy, because at times we don't want to see good news come with the work. Many times over, if you're looking for work, it's not going to come easy. We realize this as we don't want people to work. And it does say bad news, as everyone is going to be seeing this or feeling this. Work is going to be less and less and scarce and scarce. People are not getting jobs. Are you available for court one day? Or maybe even seeing that I want to see everyone down and under. Do you realize I could work like this until my time is up? I want to know that I'm building a bridge for anyone that comes out and speaks about it. I like this. I want to see who's going to attack me. I want to see here I am now to attack those that can attack me. Because I know I can use the core. Use the COVID, okay, -19 to control everyone. It does say blessings are coming in. Now you know what's going on. It doesn't say everyone's going to know what's going on, but it does say warning. If some of you are dealing with something that's going on in your mind about it, it does say blaming someone is not going to be easy, but at times you will know what's going on. And it does say blaming someone is not easy though. And it does say many times over, I see this and I could give myself time to caution that I will get done for. It does say whoever feels like they've got power now that they have built time in their mind to see that they are going to call out who should be coming in for court, or maybe even targeting those that will come in for court will go to court. And it does say many times over, people do not want to see themselves in a bad way. Obviously, people want to see themselves in a good way. And it doesn't say you should use any type of tactic to harm people because you've tried to warn them the pandemic was going to be the answer to stubbornly stop them from doing good or bad. It does say someone here knows how to control their mind with a pandemic, or maybe even things that they were doing in the pandemic. Someone here has been scrutinized, or even jealous, or even drugged, or even using drugs. Someone here is going to be controlled. And I realize I'm not going to be the one that gets controlled, but many times over, if politics is there, we are going to use our politicians to get in contact with whoever's doing harm. I want to see who's doing harm, and I'm looking for them today or tomorrow or around this week. I want to see who's doing harm. I like to know who's believing that bad news is coming. It does say wonderful things can happen when you want this, or even spirit turns around and says, well, you don't want it no more. And it does say if you don't want it no more, then speak about it. It does say someone here doesn't want to know that you're always doing bad news, or giving bad information, or giving bad niche energy, or maybe even people's mindsets that are trying to say they want to become something and can't. These people are being targeted. And it does say many times over, people that are being targeted trying to start a new business, a new company, a new firm are going to be under attack. Basically because no one should start a new company without the government's ruling over to say it can happen or can't happen. And it does say sometimes it can and sometimes it can't. But who's going to be more warned? Are you rich? And is that why? Do you want to be the richest man or female in the world? Are you trying to target those that are targeting those that have money, and then saying that you want to be richer than those that have money? It does say many times over, if you are richer than the richest man or woman, then you're going to be the richest or the richest man or woman. It doesn't say you have to control the whole universe to become this way. And it does say warning whoever's under attack and trying to place their governments under control to unite forces with the community to make sure that they are doing well or not so well, and using them as puppets to trying to control them. You are looked for. We are looking for you. God knows we are looking for you, because struggle now. Demon spirits and angels are starting to come in to target anyone that is trying to use demonic passages or maybe even problems in the mind to solve situations. It is going to the deepest law there is, the universal law of attraction, or the universal laws that we have set as spirits to come in and conquer you all. Wow, this reading is so deep, Virgos. This reading is so deep. Woo. Ooh. Okay, you heard it. Okay. Now let's see what's going on with those that are in a relationship. It says someone here is being targeted, but you're not going to be the only one. And it does say many times over, if you are looking in, it is not easy for you to see things and not see things. Your spirit will tell you things and allow you to. God sent you into the world in this way. Don't speak. We are guiding ourselves around you to certainly give you gifts and see that you are not lived in a good mindset, or even the time that you feel like it will come. It's not going to be easy. This Monday, you will see your sons or your mind in a problem. It says many times over, someone is looking at problems and can't help it but sees the problem. And it does say Spirit warns them, don't speak, but you may not have good karma in your mind if you feel like bad news is coming. Don't speak because we don't want to harm you, but you do know that you have to hear everything now. You have been targeted to listen in. As our spiritual guides have warned us, people on earth are going to help us. It does say many times over, the spiritual guides want to help those that are going to help others. And it says many times over, if God's wrath comes in to join forces with you, you're going to see why you have to do work for God. God is setting you up for work. And it does say warring with yourself is not going to be easy, but try to see why God wants to use you for work on the planet. Wow. So some of you guys are the chosen ones to work alongside God. Okay, because we are moving into times that are, times are coming to an end, honey. And God sees this now. And now the spiritual realm is opening up and starting to come on the earth, okay? Come into the portals of the earth, okay, to deal with certain things that have been damaged or are going too far or are going wrong. We are entering the times of revelations. We are close, so close to this time now. Okay, you may have heard me mention before, we are in the ages of Aquarius, okay? And the ages of Aquarius will after that lead to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, as we know it in tarot, is the devil card. Harder times are coming. It also represents, could represent struggles or maybe even fixed energy. Like when I say fixed energy, mostly that's Aquarius. Aquarius is fixed energy, but it's like, bringing something together or clamping something together or taming it there. Okay. And if we're living in times that are harsh and demonized, okay, then that's what it's going to look like. All right. But this is deep information for those that really understand or want to know. But it's coming out in Virgo's reading. So let's see what else is going on, because it's not even talking about just basic on the surface stuff. No, this is going deep. It's talking about some deep information. Okay, so let's see what's going on with and I'm hearing families will be carted away from problems. Those that love God or Jesus will cure their minds or help themselves pass a negative situation, or even see that God is on their side and take themselves away from bad news, or maybe even see that angels are coming to take them away from the negative karma, or taking them off the planet, or taking them literally off the universe, or even just bringing them away from bad energy and supporting them there for the planet to thrive and continue, but placing them on a stool or a pedestal for punishments not in their mind or in their current life or in their future or in their families, but to see blessings come to them. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's see what's going on with those in a relationship. Now, relationships can also mean, it doesn't have to be romantic relationship. Relationship could be with you and a friend. A relationship can be with you and colleagues, people that you have to partner up with for things, and you've got to build a relationship, you've got to build rapport. Okay, so take it as it resonates. And when we get into marriage, it's also kind of the same thing too, because marriage is not just, all right, I've walked down the aisle and I said I do. It could be, a commitment. You could be involved with a really, long-term commitment, or a serious commitment, or just something more set in stone, so to speak. Okay, so let's see what's going on anyway with relationships. Just wanted to give you that information because I've noticed some of the readings are not talking just about They're not talking just about, lovey-dovey relationships. They are talking about, other relationships. So it says there is commitments here for you to deal with. Your mind will tell you off at times, it doesn't. And it does say great news overall. Sexual energy is not going to be the answer this week. You do know that you can have a lot of love making, but deal with things that are on the surface. At times we need to see what's going on the surface, things that the universe wants to show you. And it does say the universe wants to pride itself over showing you something this Monday. And it does say as the moon comes into cycle with the universe, it will show you things. Your mind may tell you off or tell you that things are not going to be working out just fine, but they will not hear you in a bad way. It does say warning, we don't want to see bad news, so we're trying to warn you that something here is on its way to you, but not so bad. And it does say many times over you've got to see why. Your detrimental mindset would have told you that it would have been bad. It does say sometimes you would see things in a way that it looks bad, but it's not bad at all. And you've got to wonder why it is going to show you that. It shows you things like you don't want to see it, but you do want to see it. And you will show yourself that you've solved the matter. You've seen the problem. You've seen the punishment, or you've seen something that was going on with you personally, why you needed to look into it. It says detrimental mental health was there, or things that you had hidden, or things that you was hiding, or things in your mind that you didn't want to tell yourself off for, or maybe even things that you saw in your mind and didn't really believe it was going to happen. It says suddenly you're going to see certain things come to light, or maybe even turn around in your favor and work against you at times if it doesn't work at all. It does say sometimes you don't want to witness everything, but bad news is coming to you. And warning, if they do come and tell you off, is because you probably didn't want to hear that you had blame. It says some of you are dealing with blame as Virgos or even individuals and probably don't know how to support blame. It does say blame is coming in because blame is ready to target those that have blamed those. And it does say many times over blame is coming in to award you with good karma too. So who have you blamed this month, this week, this year? It says no one needs to hear that you are blaming anyone. You make sure that you punish your mind, or maybe even see that you're not blaming anyone too much, or don't want to blame anyone, or realize that blame is not going to be the answer. It does say sometimes you want to know if you can support your mind with blaming no one, or maybe even seeing that you're not going to blame anyone too much, or even need to blame someone but don't want to look too deeply into the problem. You would rather not blame anyone. And it does say warning, if you are Scorpio, you're going to see that more than anyone. It does say Scorpios have the magic to see blessings come their way and don't want to see blame is going to be theirs. They will witness things in their mind and see that blame is not theirs. They do know this and they warn themselves not to speak, and they wonder why it is not going to happen to them this month, this week, or this year. They realize they just don't want to blame people, and they realize their blame is not theirs, or someone's pushing blame in their mind, or pushing blame around them, or see that they need to see who it is that's doing it. It does say wonderful things can happen when you see, but it doesn't say you are blaming. And it doesn't say you need to even look, but it does say it has tormented them. At times they wonder why they keep getting blamed or pushed into the mountains of negativity in their mind, causing harm to their mental health. At times they realize they don't want to feel this way. And it does say warning, if you are a Virgo or a fire sign, or an earth sign, you're going to feel blame even more this Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is blame day for Capricorns, Sagittariuses, and maybe even Tauruses. It does say Taurus, you are dealing with blame at this time, and Tauruses will feel the blame coming in more than anyone. Blame is with Taurus more than anyone. Gentle mental health is coming in for you all. And it does say blaming no one is not easy, but Taurus has done more blame than anyone. And they realize that they blame anyone. Institutions, problems, colleagues, families, police, custody, everything. It does say, mind you, if they see blame come to them, they're not going to speak about it, but they're going through scrutiny, attack, and mental health. They will see that blame is never going to be easy, but they warn themselves not to speak. They do blame people a lot, and they can't keep blaming people over and over. It is tidy up time. It says it's tidy up time this year. Universe is ready to show me this. I'm not smart, but I can see the future. It does say a child may be able to show you this if they are fire sign children. They want to see people tidy up their minds, or maybe even solve their problems, maybe even look into things that they didn't do in the past, maybe even see that problems come to them or not come to them, or maybe even see that blessings come to them or not come to them. They will see blessings come after their mind tells them off. They will see bad news in their mental health but never want to use it after their family members, parents, or people around them start tidying up their minds. People want to change. And very rarely do people change. It says study that. Wonderful things are going to happen when you see people change. Your love life is going to certainly bring you good news. Wonderful things can come in, and I want to see that changes are happening. I like this universe. It does say government wants to see that blessings are on its way to you. And it does say warning signs are there for people who are brewing with individual jealousy or maybe even mental health problems in their mind. It does say you negative people need to let it go. And it does say mental health is there for black people. Black people will be there in their mind a lot more than the whites. At times, the white people will not understand what's going on, but bloody hell will black people get it. And it does say they do get it more because the universe tells them they were studied before, long before the universe came about. Their mentality is strange, but it is also very, very cool. It does say many times over people are studied in this way as BAME. BAME energy is coming in, and it does say BAME energy is there or has been there, but the universe is trying to push it in the mindsets of others. Okay. Whew. So look up the word BAME if some of you guys don't understand what BAME is. Okay. It does say some of you are dealing with people that don't know how to support mental health, but people do understand where it is going. Love life is certainly not going to suffer for anyone. And it does say many times over, marriage is something I wanted to do with you, but I can't marry you if you're always going to be under attack. May I feel like I need to gift you something? You're my lover. I know this, but I can't marry you. I just realized you're not going to be my married partner. We're not going to marry each other, but I feel like you're not going to marry me either. It does say Virgo wanted to marry a female water sign, but water sign females are not always going to want to know that they are married to someone that teaches them tidying up their mind with dark energy. It does say many times over, if the female doesn't want to live with the man's mindset that doesn't know how to support his mind with good karma for her, she does not want to know, and she doesn't want to see blame come her way. She loves herself, but she doesn't want to see blame come to her. Many times over, she loves herself, but her mind will tell her, stop being mad at me. I realize I feel the energy and you feel like you're going to harm me. I wouldn't want to die in my mind of jealousy or make you feel like you've got to harm me. I'm not going to live by my means or make you feel like you're going to harm me. I don't want to deal with you. You may even see yourself dealing with the situations that you're in. And I don't want to harm anyone. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. And that could just be matters of the heart. For those of you that could be going through it with, your person. Okay, whether you're dealing with a water sign woman or man or not, okay, someone that just has feelings and they're really trying to protect those feelings or the way they are in a way that is good and don't want to see that they are punished by their partner or harmed by their partner. Okay, they don't want to deal with a person that's always going to treat them in a way of having to tidy up their mind all the time because they're out of place with every little, hair or, whatever it is. All right. Because no one's perfect, Virgos. And I know your star sign represents, that element of perfect in some ways. But the truth of the matter is there's perfectly imperfect and also at times no such thing as perfect, or at times there is perfect, but it's still not absolutely perfect. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Everything is perfect in the eyes of God. And that is through perfectly imperfect or not perfect, but perfect. You see what I'm saying? It's perfect in that way, so to speak. All right. So let's see what else is going on anyway. It does say some of you are dealing with wonderful news about a problem with a man that doesn't know how to support his mum, and the dad knows that he can't speak about it, but he sees his mum going through problems in his mind. He does see problems in his mind too, but he doesn't see problems in his father's mind. It does say mother, father, institutional problems are going through hell right now. At times you are wondering if your spouse is going to do well, or even if the problems with the family are going to get better. It does say children are in marriages at this time. If you are dealing with adult children, they are getting in love or married at this time. And it does say many times over they will see themselves in love, or maybe even see themselves in blessings. It does say blessings because some of you are dealing with problems and may not want to speak, but may see that you are emotional. And it does say probably want to say sorry, but don't know how. Or at times you may see that you're not even in the mood to speak. And it does say some of you are dealing with all kinds of different issues in your mind about your sons or your fathers or your family members, or maybe even film stars. It does say sometimes you want to watch movies, so you don't even want to play along with mental health structures of the universe, but you want to see that blessings come to you in your mind about your emotions, and maybe even play out through films, or maybe even things that you listen to like music. At times you may not see everything, but you love yourself and you want to see blessings come to you. And maybe you even gift yourself a lot of words of advice with your health. I'm hearing something about farting a lot, so I don't know if some of you guys are farting a lot, or maybe you even have a slight little cold or cough. Okay, and it does say some of you guys are dealing with a lot of fruits or vegetables right now, or maybe even seeing that you are blessed with your mind and your money, or maybe even credit scores. At times you are dealing with great news overall, and you don't want to dress up too much, but at times you want to dress well and look good in your mind about things that you are doing. You don't see everything, but blessings come to you. And warning, if it does say you have bad news, you've got bad news in your mind but not in your reality, and it will go away in the next 2 weeks to a month or a year, and you will see blessings come to you and you will see your reality change. You may see things right now through a spectrum of luck, or maybe even luck that wasn't there before, but it is now there, or it's come about, or maybe it's the mindset that have changed you, or even the universe that helped bring forward this change. It does say some of you are dealing with citizenships and even traveling, and maybe even calling out friends to help them through their minds about travel. It does say some of you guys are traveling and becoming new citizens of new folklore or even laws, or maybe even approaching a citizenship, maybe even getting one and addressing the fact that you got your citizenship, your visa, your credit score has gone up, or even that you are looking into passports, or maybe even things of that nature. You have timed the situation so well to see that blessings are coming. Worries are there, but it does say you have to look into blessings come and not worry or stress about it. Do yourself some good and laugh. You did it. You made fun of no one and you helped yourself past misery and negative memories, or maybe even mental health people that are still in a bad mood, a bad way, and don't want to see you do well. You've got to listen to yourself and love yourself and do something for your hair, your nails, your makeup, and hear yourself speak about the love life that you want. Tidy up your mind and make sure that you are perfect in the way you see yourself. Okay, so spirit is guiding you to see yourself perfect in the way you see yourself. Okay, because we can't please everybody, but you can please yourself. Okay, and it does say sometimes you've got to listen to your friends, your family, or maybe even see if you're selling something, or maybe even making more money from something, or maybe even trying to say that you are using it for something to help you. You are going to see better news overall. Wrath is there at times for you to see that you are certainly going to support your mind with money and paying bills, but at times you will support your mind with anything that you dream, you desire, and you want to support. So do yourself some justice and love yourself and give yourself good karma and love on your mind, your mothers, your parents, your family members, and love yourself no matter what it says. Wow. Okay, there is some justice here, and you can see justice, or there's some justice here. Love is there. It's beautiful energy as well. I like this. Okay, let's see what's going on with yeah, I can hear junk as well in the background. Someone says there's junk information here, and it does say bad news for someone because they don't understand esoteric energy. It does say a small community is going to be pushed in a new portal. We did talk about this in a few readings before, and it does say many times over, if people can't see themselves in that portal, they may never join in on certain things that they are doing in their mind to support things that they would ideally want to do. It says bad news for whoever can't get good karma with their lovers, or maybe even people that don't see good karma in their mind. At times we may not see you again because we are trying to push you away from a problem, and it does say many times over, if people don't see that, they're going to be pushed out of their mind with the problems of yours. It does say sometimes when you do clean your mind and even give yourself good karma with your mind about tarot readings, or maybe even things of that nature, it does say sometimes the universe wants to push you away from the job that you are doing, or maybe even see that you are joining a rank of people that you are trying to support in your mind as positive. You looked for something in your mind last year or the years before that you wanted to do. was positively have love and gift giving and good karma with your love life, sexual energy, money, and maybe even more. Certainly wouldn't want to hear bad news is going to come to your mind. It does say sometimes you have to deal with people that are under attack or even talking about things. It does say many times over, if you don't hear bad news, you're going to see it. But at times you don't want to see it. And at times you do want to see that you're helping people. At times Spirit is trying to warn you that they are guiding you to speak about great news and not negative news, or even negative mindsets like people that want to call out slurs, or even enemy energies. It does say many times over, someone wants to call you out a slur or a negative enemy energy. And it does say regrets are there. It does say when this person sees that they don't have problems in their mind, they will believe that they've got good karma coming in. It says warning signs are there for me to see that I've got problems in my mind. I didn't know you, but I wanted to know you, and I can't call you, but I want to speak to you. Will you speak to me? Okay, there could be either a earth sign here, or a fire sign here, or a water sign here that wants to speak to someone. And it does say when she realizes she's not going to speak to you, she loves you more than anything, but she does not want to speak to you. She does wonder who's there for her. And it does say a man here follows a female and wants to know if she's okay. Okay, it could be a Libra. It does say many times over she's not going to speak to you, but she wonders, are you all going to be in your mind about the problems that I've sent to you? Or even times and said that you all will go under the thumbnail of someone else's in a bad way. She may have, been speaking about you guys in a negative way and is looking to see who is going to get done for. It does say many times over she will not see herself in a bad way, but she's wondering who else is going to feel bad under the raft of hers. And it does say when she realized that she's not going to kill herself for it, but sees that it's not going to happen, or maybe even wonder that it's happening to the point it happened or it didn't happen, she will laugh and move on. It does say she will see herself dig a hole for herself 1 week later, and she sees herself looking for money, payments, or even service, or even support. Many times over, her friends are not her friends, but it does say she supports them, but she puts them in a bad way, or she sees them in a bad way, or she will join them in a bad way, or look for them in a bad way and place them in a bad way. And it does say one of these days she will not see friends, but it does say she will need you as a friend. And if you're her family, she's going to need you in the next 2 weeks to a month, because she can't pretend. She needs some family. And she realizes that she's negative and evil, and she doesn't know how to support that, but her mindset is bad and useless, or even useful to the man that says he needs her to support who she is. Does she even know who her family is? Who's her friends? Her mental health problems are there. Who's her family? I need to know, because now I know I am building a bridge with her, and certainly want to pay attention to her family and see who's there for me. Because when she can't be there for me to support me in my mind and tell me that I've got things to do in my mind and I can't support it because I have to look for her and may even support her and still see her, she wants to see that I have to help her, and I can't support her all the time. She needs friends or people I can talk to who know her, so I can support my mind, who knows that I can support my mind with things that she's telling me to do, because I can't support everything that she's putting me through. She's driving me crazy, but I do love her. She's just making me mad right now, and I'm justifying why I wouldn't marry her, because she's not marrying the mindset of mine, and I can't marry the mindset of his, is what she says. But she realizes she doesn't want to marry anyone but the lover she's with. And meanwhile, if he doesn't pay attention to who the mindset is about, or why she is laughing at friends or evil family members she feels like is more evil than her, she's going to let herself down. She wonders if her friends are going to be mad at her. And it does say mental health institutions is not the answer for personal problems of a family member, who could be a father figure, a mother figure, a sister, or a sibling. It does say many times over, if this sibling doesn't stop trying to use you to punish you, she's going to look for punishments in your family. And she looks for punishments with a friend or a family member today to harm you or harm them. She's looking for punishments all over the place just to harm you or make you feel like you've got bad news somewhere. She's warning herself not to speak, but if her name begins with a K or even an L or maybe even a Z or maybe even a S or a T, it is going to be that. And it does say sometimes it could even be a C or a P. But it does say many times over, people keep punishing other people for bad moods. And it doesn't say warning, but it will say warning in the next week or two, because someone here is not pleased that bad news is coming to them. Wow. All right, what's going on with marriages? Marriage life is going to be sweet and easy for all of you. And it does say some of you guys are dealing with bad news from your lover or friend. It does say a friend is getting involved too much in your love life, or maybe even personal problems with a child. It does say some of you guys are dealing with a family member or father figure, or maybe even your own fatherhood. Some of you guys are dealing with problematic situations in your mind, or maybe even seeing that problems are there with your lover. Your lover is not going to be useless, but they're not happy about you either. They keep looking at you with bad news and they wonder when it's going to change, but they can't support that. They don't know how to, but their mind is telling them off that they need to excuse themselves from mental problems that they give you, because they tidy up their mind and see that they do have love making to do, or maybe even things that they need to do to support you with, but they really poorly judge you at times and they do push you down. They can't help it. Their money is at stake, or maybe they want to use it to push it in your face. At times they wonder if they should use it to push it in your face because they want to, and maybe even see if they should push it in your face some more to use it so that you can stay there and tame yourself in your mindset. Be there for yourself and laugh at the situation, or maybe even stay there and not move because their money is there, or maybe their love is there, or things of that nature. No one knows why the punishment is coming in, but bad news is there overall, and people will see penalized energy is there, and no one knows why it keeps happening. It does say, Virgo, you do have power to support yourself and maybe even place yourself on hold, or maybe even stabilize your own ideas. Don't panic, don't worry, see yourself in a better way and use yourself for the God-given gifts that you have. Tidy up your mind, borrow some time, some energy, some money from somewhere, or help yourself out with a serious situation. Don't allow your spouse to take over or make them feel like you've got to sit there in a bad way. Make sure you are heard, make sure you're well, and maybe even looking into your own problems in your mind on how you dealt with the situation or how you gave bad moods to people will support your mind in ways that you could probably change or even punish a person, or maybe even look past it. You've got to give yourself good news, and you need to support your mind today and play along with the mindsets of others, or maybe even sort it out in a better way. June is going to be better for you to solve your problems, or maybe even see your problems are not there, or even subside. You have blessings. Work with it. All right, that was a lot. Let's see what's going on with individuals. What's going on with Aries and Virgo? Aries and Virgo. Okay, Aries is not mad, but they are, and they're convincing themselves not to speak, but they could be laughing or murmuring or making fun or have a lot to do or in their head about things. They just wonder if you're okay, but they don't want to speak. They're just wondering, are you okay? And want to be direct about their thoughts, their feelings, their words, and want to talk to you. They just don't know how to support your mind all the time or when to see you. At times they will come round, or maybe even see that they are sowing seeds today, so they can't be merely bothered by your problems, but they do know that they have to support mind games or things that they have to do, and study that and contemplate whether or not they should sell or gift or even give to you. At times they want to, but at times they need to sow seeds in their own mind about things that they are doing, and supporting themselves today is what they want to do. Let's see what's going on with Taurus and it says sometimes they want to hear from you, but it does say someone wants to send something out and doesn't know how to speak to you. Okay, let's see what's going on with Taurus. Taurus doesn't know how to support Virgo's problematic situations or even problems of their mind. They detail things in their mind to support mental health, but they realize they're not always going to be under attack or scrutiny. They will justify that they will have great news overall, but they will move past something and leave it there. They just want to know that they're there for you and don't want to support everything, but their time in a situation to tidy up their mind with things that they've got to do and solve the problem for you, or see you and love you and sex you and fill you up and want to know that they are there for you. They just want to take their time to marry you and love you, and maybe even time the situation to see that blessings are coming in for you. Okay. Let's see what's going on with Gemini energy. Gemini wants to communicate things to you but can't. They blame you so much for bad news and push it on Taurus to make sure it comes about. They really want to hear that bad news comes, and they can't justify it anymore. From February onwards, they're going to get calmer though. They keep getting bad news, and the problem is they're going to see bad news come to them whether they like it or not. It says general mental health is there, but problems are there, people are there, and supporting the problem is negative mindsets of a police, or maybe even a negative neighbor, or a negative person, or a negative friend. And it does say, warning, they will see themselves first before I even get there. Karma's coming to them, and they realize that their mad mind games keep playing themselves. Mental health institution is something that's going to happen to someone, or maybe even go down for felony or fraud. Someone keeps probably giving them mental health. They don't realize who's doing it, but they don't know the universe is telling them off, and some of them do, but some of them don't, and wonder why it happens. It says the universe is going under a spell right now. putting sleep in the minds of others, to want to feel more tired than usual, or even sleep, or even many people will get married. At times you will all feel like something is going on differently for you all, but judging you all is Gemini, and Gemini is doing this badly, or very goodly. At times they wonder where it is going. Sometimes they don't even understand who they are. General health problems is not going to be the problem. They see themselves looking better or cleaner or even helpful to others. They just want to know that they are marrying someone. And if you are a Virgo in love with a Scorpio, they're not really pleased, but they want to know, are you getting married to them? They're really timing the situation. Ideally want to come to your wedding or plan a spouse reunion, or maybe even support you and see that they are coming together with love. They want to see that they marry you at times too, but they don't know if they can support you with another female around you or male. Or maybe it's you that they want and they know they want you, but they don't know if you can have them or if you're going to get them. They wonder if you're always going to be the way you are, or maybe even pray the day that you will come round and see them without the problematic situations that they bring, or maybe even tell themselves that you do it. It doesn't say everything's set in stone, but they're wondering, how can you support me when I know that I have feelings for you and I can't even show it? I know I've got problems. I need to solve them. So I'm looking at myself today and wondering if I can tell myself, you will see me one day, but I will promise I have to come and solve my mind. You will not know this because I'm not speaking to you, but I'm trying to warn myself. I need to solve my problems. My mind is telling me off. I've got things to do. I need to support myself. I put myself out there in a bad way and I can't afford to keep doing this. Wow. So they're talking to themselves a lot about what it is that they need to do, almost scrutinizing themselves in some way, but also, quite a lot of different things going on there, seeing people get married, also, seeing that they probably cause problems for others, or maybe even help people, with situations maybe, but a bit of jealousy there as well. A lot of different things going on there. So let's see what's going on with Cancerian and Virgos. Okay. Cancerian doesn't want to be direct too much to you, but they're busy today, or they're laughing at you, or they're making fun at you. They may be helping you, dating you, or going out, but they don't know how to support everything. They wonder, are you okay? They realize they're not really mad. They are friendly, but they just worry a lot about things they're doing behind the scenes or with their minds, or even about you, or things that they wonder, could you help them with? They want help too. So sometimes they just need to support you with your mind about things you're doing, but they want to know that they can get support and they're looking for it, but they see they don't have very good karma with that. They wonder, can you support them? Because they need support and they need your help, and they laugh, but they do need support and help. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Leos and Virgos. Okay, they may have forgot something, or someone forgot something. I could hear someone forgotten something. So let's see what's going on with Leos and Virgos. Leos don't want to get karma coming to them, and they realize that when they spoke to someone about bad news, they should not have spoke to someone about bad news. They called someone and told them something, and they should never have told them this. They realize that bad news can come to them. They told a person that they shouldn't come to their minds about school, or maybe even information or bad news. It says, you do know that you can tell me off anytime you want to. You can tell me that I have to do work, or even things that I want to do. I'm never going to do it though. And I realized I told someone that I'm never going to do the work. And I realized I should not have said this to this person. You do know you're going to put me under your mind about it. It does say blame is something that she sees. She's not even involved in the situation, but she does look at who's fighting who. This person doesn't even do work. This person may be mad or sad that this person doesn't do good karma. And it does say blaming someone is not going to be easy. It does say someone here wants to dress up in their mind that they support themselves, and maybe even help with flirtatious rituals, or even unite with their mind about their feminine side. It does say some of you are dealing with feminine, flamboyant females, or even males. And it does say many of you are dealing with femininity all in its mind, or all in the reality of another person that you speak to. And it does say many times over, if you're a Virgo, they see you. They like what you're looking like, and they dress up with you, or dress up well beside you, or look at you like, you can help me. I want to go on a date with you. I want to speak to you. I want to be around you. I want to be with you. I just see Virgos is not going to be my friend all the time, but Virgos does see me and does want to speak to me. Do they? Or are they going to help me? Are they going to leave me to drown in my misery? Are they just going to stand behind the scenes and look at everyone? What's going on with you, Virgos? Why are you not speaking to me? Ideally, I want to speak to you. And it does say, Virgo, you do want to speak to Leo, but it doesn't always help that you don't. And sometimes you don't, and they feel like you don't want to speak to them, but they will warn themselves not to speak. They trust in you and want to see if you're going to be well-rounded about who you are, and really rehearsed or even helped in the ways that they want to see themselves. They just know that they don't want to see bad news all the time. And if you're a Virgo dealing with Leo, they want to see that blessings come and not speak about bad news. Okay, let's see what's going on with Virgos and Virgos. Virgos is not going to be forgive that easily, but it does say Virgos is not going to be supported that easily. It does say if you're a Virgo with a fellowship dealing with a Scorpio or water sign, you're going to see yourself in blame. Nope, blame is not even going to be there. Sometimes people want to see blame is coming to you, but Scorpio is not dealing with anyone that's blaming anyone. So if you see that you're in a blameful situation, or even contacting your mind about dire straight mental health, you've got to deal with it in your own way. Study that. I don't want to see I'm always blaming someone for you. It does say when you see yourself in a bad way, you're going to blame someone, but it doesn't say I'm going to blame you. You blame yourself and see what happens. And then I'll see if I have to blame you, I'm going to blame you. I'm just working on what I need to do to support you and help you. And maybe that's what I've needed to do. Support and help is on its way. I'm going to make sure you justify what it is that you're doing with nonsense, or maybe even hear yourself speak. And you can hear yourself speak with good karma, and you'll hear yourself speak with blame in your mind about why you blame someone in your mind and not in my mind. Because I'm not blaming you, and I realize I'm not going to do this for you. It does say when Libra gets involved, it does say Libra doesn't even want to get involved, but it does say they do know how to structure their mind and help you past the situation. It does say, Virgo, you do know that you can support everything that you've got going on with Libra, moving past the gentle mental health or the stress or the problems. But it does say Libra doesn't understand everything that does go down in this way, and they will tease you or tell you off too, or maybe even take advantage of what they could do to harm you behind your back. At times they don't want to do this, but at times they will. And it does say Virgo doesn't know how to support their mind with mental health structures of people, penalizing them or putting them under the weather or under the thumb, or under the laws or under the rituals. They just know that they've been pushed down the well of 7 years later something could happen, or maybe even burdensome things could happen to them. They wouldn't want to hear that problems is coming. I know this. It does say when you realize that you've got problems, you're going to see yourself in a problem. Don't tell me you've got problems then, because I don't want to hear it. I told you how to deal with yourself, conduct yourself, or even speak to me about what your problem was. And I want to hear that you speak about it. Do not speak to me though. And it does say when you speak to your family, speak to them, because love and light is there and people are there, teaching is there, love is there to protect you. And it does say Libra does not want to hear bad news, but they are wondering if they can take advantage of people now. But they also know that they could lessen the situation and maybe even be better off as friends or help them through problematic situations. Okay, let's see what's going on with Scorpio and Virgo. Scorpio doesn't want to hear that you're in a bad way. They really regret teaching you a problematic situation was coming years ago, and they saw themselves with you bad ways. They said bad ways because they didn't want to deal with you, but at times they do. They do like you. They don't know if they see you as a friend or a frenemy or even love you. At times they thought they did, or maybe they thought they loved you. They just don't want to keep loving you, or maybe they do. They just don't know how to support you with everything. And prying over your mind is people with bad moods. It does say sometimes your bad mood puts me in a bad mood. So I wouldn't want to hear that I'm in a bad mood when you're in a bad mood. And then I've got to put myself back in a bad mood because you're back in a bad mood. You dealt with me with evil. I won't want to hear from you. And it does say when Scorpio says they don't want to hear from someone, they will deliberately move on. It does say choice is yours, but I don't want to hear all the time you are struggling in your mind to hear that you did something to target me in a bad way. Because I remember you did something to harm me. And it does say when Virgo realized it wasn't going to be you that did anything to harm them, it was spirit trying to connect them to good karma with their mind or their money, or maybe even things that they didn't realize was happening in their mental health. They struggled and they didn't see bad news, but they warned themselves not to speak. But their money is absolutely fantastic. Their pride over ego is probably not going to be good. It does say, Virgo, you have problems mentally, or maybe even stress out about your mind, or even your hearing, or even your hair, or your words, or your looks. Or maybe even something that you did, possibly loving yourself and not speaking about it. But don't speak, it says, because I know I was there for you. If you are not dealing with me as a Scorpio woman or man, you don't have to. But I know I was there for you, so speak less about me. Don't talk to me or talk to me in your mind, or even talk about me if you know that you're doing that. I'm not interested, but I'll fill you out and put you back in your place and remind you who you was and why you was there, or why I was there, or why people was there around me that I saw was there for you. Don't laugh, but you can move on. I don't want to deal with you. Move on. Oh dear. Okay, Scorpio was like, move on, honey. Let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Virgo. Virgo don't want to hear from Scorpio no more, but it does say Sagittarius does want to deal with you, and it does say when they do, they want to speak about why you did something wrong with them. They don't want to hear that bad news is coming, but they love themselves too much to hear that bad news is coming. They do know that they probably shouldn't have spoke to you or given you a gift or even worked with you about causing a concern, or maybe even wording something for word, or maybe even telling you that something was going to happen. They realize they could call you out and put you in a problem. They realize that, but they don't want to do that. It does say many times over, if they speak about bad news, they keep giving you bad news, they keep dealing with you with bad news, they're going to cause you bad news. And it does say one day, if this person doesn't stop speaking about bad news to me, or giving me bad news to talk about, or hearing myself in my mind talk about bad news, I'm going to see myself as a problem. I don't want to hear myself in a problem, so I'm not going to hear myself in a problem. And I don't want to deal with problems like you in my mind all the time. It says, Virgo, you don't know how to speak to me or even deal with me. It says, Virgo, you don't know how to talk to me or judge me. I don't want to hear that Virgo is always going to be in my mind about problems. And it does say Sagittarius doesn't want to hear from anyone that's going to be in their mind about what's going on behind the scenes with them. But it does say when you realize who's who and what's what, you're going to laugh. And it does say many times over, if Virgo doesn't get the smart mindset of their own to still take or maybe even move on from Sag is going to make them look stupid someday. And it does say when this happens, it's not going to be easy, but bad news is going to come and cut them off, or even show each other it's not going to work. Very venom energy is coming for the Virgo and the Sag, and very venom energy is coming for Sag and Virgo. Virgo does not want to believe that, but it's going to happen because Virgo doesn't know how to support Virgo and Sag doesn't know how to support Sag, but people are stealing from them or taking advantage of them, and they don't like it. And it does say Sag is not going to take advantage of anyone, but they want to move on from the problem, and they see themselves in a problem later on, using justification as courts are there, or maybe even problematic situations with people, police, or justice. And it does say, Virgo, you need to stop and look at why you want to do this, or whether or not you want a gentle lifestyle, or who's going to help you pass the mindset of others. No one knows why it is going to be negative, but sometimes you want to believe that you have blame or not blame, and at times you do love yourself, so you'll see that blessings is coming. It does say more money is coming in, or even help, or problematic situations can judge you, or maybe even make you feel like blame is not yours and money can solve your problems. Justify why you need Sag to support you and your payments or your money, and sell your home, your house, or even see if you can have more money coming in. More money is coming to you and blessings is on its way, but you've got to see when and how you are doing this. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Let's see what's going on with Capricorn and Virgo. So it does say Capricorn and Virgo is not going to speak about it, but more money's coming to you all with Sag helping. And it does say many times over, it says you have great gifts coming in for the new year and the new month of December. But it also says you may be selling a home or a house. And it does say you are paying your bills on time. And it does say you're wonderful in your minds about things that you are doing. So you wouldn't want to stress, but you are collectively giving yourself gifts. And blessings are on its way to you. Study that. You have great news there. Make sure you work hard and see you are blessed. Blessings are on its way to you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, let's see what's coming in. Or let's see what's going on with Aquarius. And I'm hearing federal convictions as well, but it'd be mental. And it does say you don't have to worry, but it does say you have to worry if you're under scrutiny or attack. But some of you are not, and very much proud of you is a man or woman here supporting you. And it does say very much so giving yourself good karma with Gemini, Virgo, or even Capricorn is tidying up your mind, and Sagittarius will help them too. They love you, but they're not going to support everything that they're doing with you, and they will help you in every way, but they've just got to support everything that they're doing to surprise you, and maybe even tell you off at times, but they don't want to, so they're seeing how they can support the things that they're going to change. Okay, let's see what's going on with Aquarius. Aquarius. What's going on with Aquarius and Virgo? Forgotten. And it's say forgotten because they may have lied about something or forgotten something, or maybe even saw that they didn't do something on time, or maybe even weathered the storm with something, and maybe even saw that it didn't come about or didn't come true, or maybe even let you down with something. They realize they shouldn't have harmed you, but they don't want to harm you now. They're going to completely change their mind about something, or even bring up old times, or maybe even tidy their mind more and say, well, we don't need to talk about this. We just need to let it go. You saw me for who I was and unfolded a situation that I thought you could never forgive me for. I know that I can support you now, Virgo. But Virgo doesn't want to hear it. Virgo may want to fight, or maybe even want to excuse their pardon about certain things, but is frustrated. It does say many times over, you need to let go of legacies of evil or ignorance or problematic situation as they move past it, and maybe even see blessings come. They want to gift you something, build you something, but they can't afford to do this. They realize you can't afford to pay off something, or maybe even help yourself with something. Someone here is tidying up their mind to say they can laugh and steal or take advantage. It does say when Aquarius wants to steal or take advantage, they will try, but they don't know how to do it always, and they will try to. Sometimes when they don't, they succeed, but at times they will not, and at times they will not. And it does say stop trying to succeed at trying to tame someone there to take advantage of them. It does say we know this as Aquariuses, and some of us don't want to hear that we've got problems. It doesn't say we all want to attack you, and it doesn't say bad news is coming to every one of you. Virgos, you do know you are loved by me, and I don't want to hear that people are always problematic with you or trying to harm you. I would never harm you, and I love you and your family, so stop believing bad news is coming. I witness things in my mind, and I see that problems are there, but I don't want to hear it. And I love you too. And it does say I help you with everything that I've got going on. So I wouldn't want to hear that you're always trying to track me down, target me, or make me feel bad. I just want to see that you are blessed and well. And I judged you. I know I judged you, but I don't want to keep doing this. And I'm tidying up my mind. I'm sorry I did this. I'm certainly not always pleased, but I am sorry. And I will tell you off sometimes, but I'm not going to do it this year. I'm mad at myself for what I did to harm you. And I love you, but I can't keep going through bad news in my mental health. And I stress, but I don't want to keep doing it to you. I love you. Okay, so Aquarius is like, well, I love you. I'm sorry. Okay. Right. So let's see what's going on with Pisces. Pisces, and Virgo. Pisces doesn't want to hear from you, but will dress up one day and detail their mental health with problems, or see that they have problems of their own and drug use and problems of their mind and things that they're going through with forgiveness, or even portal energy, and who to trust and who to join and who to go to, and what energies that they need to cloud in on, or maybe even claim. They don't know how to support their mental health. Poor judgment is there, problems are there, and people are karmically giving them problems, juggling them mentally, stressing them out, and giving them word of advice. Some of them are even looking for tarot readings, or maybe even seeing spells are there, or maybe even people are there, or maybe even problems. At times they may give the problem or take the problem. They are used right now for custody battles or even sentimental problems. Mainly if they give themselves jealousy in their mind, they can support moving on. But at this time, there's no jealousy to take hold of. No one is jealous of them, and they realize they're not going to be under the weather. At this time, they look at mind games to play people, but they can't play them. They realize they can't play them because their mental health is at stake. It does say mentally retarded, evil mindsets could be in play, where they help people who don't really want to see themselves and give themselves bad news by helping each other with bad news, or even warning themselves that they could dish out bad news anytime. They love themselves, so they will never harm themselves completely. But at times they see that they are loved and liked, and at times they see that they are not, and don't know how to word the situation, being aware of it, but see that they are not useful or not happy, or even family matters are not that great. But at times they love themselves and they will take care of themselves. Whether you're a Virgo or looking forward to a blessing, you're going to help yourself with negative mental health, structure your mind to be better, and give yourself better news no matter what, and love yourself, because Virgo, Pisces, or Virgo and Pisces are joining forces, or maybe even helping each other to move past sentimental details of punishment problems, or maybe even love each other more than usual. Okay, so that was a lot. Let's see what's going on with angel messages. You deserve love. You are lovable. This came up for, I think it was Taurus, or was it Capricorn? I think it was Taurus. Heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other, so that may be needed. And then it says, free yourself. It is time to take back control of your life. I think Capricorn got that one as well. Okay, let's see any other messages for you. Okay, new partner. A chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. Pay careful attention to new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. Okay. All is well. Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings you will soon understand. Okay. Let's see, this one's coming out in reverse, but this came out for someone as well. Who was it? Capricorn or Taurus? And it came out in reverse for them too. It says, oh, it could have been, who was the last person I did a reading for? Out of the fire signs, it could have been Aries as well. All right. When I'm in alignment with the universe, when I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. So maybe someone's disrupting someone's peace, or maybe someone needs to still be in alignment with the universe, okay, in order to feel those blessings. All right. So let's see. Angel numbers. Number 2, number 51, number 13, number 6, number 43, number 58, and number 46. Did I mention that one already? Number 1 for those of you as well. Right, that was your reading, my lovelies. I will speak to you again in your next one. Ciao for now. Bye.